Welcome to 07 News.
Jesus' death 3 days ago is still sending a shock through the community. Eyewitnesses say that it was a dramatic and gruesome death. Now sending it over to Tom Brady at the scene of Jesus' death in Golgotha.
Thanks, Mr. Mose. Right behind me is where Jesus let out a loud cry and took his last breath. It is said that when he died on the cross, the curtain of the temple split in half from top to bottom. When this happened, a Roman guard said, "Truly, this man was the Son of God." Jesus of Nazareth's death has left the whole world confused and wondering if maybe he truly is the Son of God, as he and his followers claim.
Thanks, Tom. To speak on the process of Jesus' death sentence, we have Thor with Pontius Pilate. Sending it over to you, Thor.
Hello, I'm here with Pontius Pilate, the man who sentenced Jesus to his death. Pontius, how did you feel about being the man who had complete control over the decision of Jesus' life?
I didn't want to do it, Thor, but as the Roman prefect of Judea, I cannot disappoint those that I serve in my community.
Interesting. What is the reason you did not want to condemn Jesus to death? After all, he threatened the authority and rank of the Roman leaders.
My wife influenced my desire to keep Jesus alive the most. As I was sitting in the judge's seat at Jesus' trial, she shouted out to me and said that she had dreamt of him the night before, and that the thought of his death is troubling to her heart. She cried out to me, "Don't kill Jesus, he is innocent." The voices of the crowd opposed to Jesus overpowered my wife's. I wanted to listen to her. I tried to convince the crowd that Jesus was innocent, but the voice of the people was too powerful, and my attempt to convince them of his innocence was getting nowhere. So I gave in to them.
Here it is, folks. Pontius Pilate did not want Jesus of Nazareth to die. Thank you, Pontius, for giving us your side of the story.
You're welcome, Thor.
Back to you, Mr. Mose.
Thanks, Thor, for that groundbreaking interview. This is 07 News, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Oh my God, was that you?
No.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, stomach upset, diarrhea, you need a tapeworm.
For further information on the health benefits of tapeworms, please contact the following phone number.
800-588-2300 today.
Welcome back to 07 News. We've just uncovered the truth behind Pontius Pilate's reasoning to sentence Jesus to his death. It's been 3 days since Jesus died on the cross. Recent events this morning have shocked the world, even more than Jesus' death. It is said that Jesus of Nazareth has come back to life, sending you to Tom Brady with Mary Magdalene, a woman who has claimed she has encountered Jesus' risen body.
Thanks, Mr. Mose. I'm here at the place of Jesus' tomb, where Mary claims that she met Jesus resurrected. Mary, tell me about your encounter with Jesus.
Thanks, Tom. As I was going to Jesus' tomb to honor him, I was approached by an angel from the heavens. I have never seen such a being like this, Tom. His appearance was like lightning. The angel told me, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen." Just as he said, I was in shock, but so thrilled. Jesus has risen.
Wow! Mary, you have encountered a true messenger of God. This is very difficult to comprehend. Is Jesus truly the Son of God?
Yes, he is. The resurrection of Jesus, the climax of God's plan of salvation. Christ's resurrection saved us from sin. He saved us.
That's fascinating, Mary. But did you just encounter the angel, or did you encounter Jesus himself?
The angel told me that Jesus was on his way to Galilee. He told me to quickly tell the other disciples and go to Galilee to meet Jesus, so I did. As my fellow disciples and I were on our way to Galilee, we saw Jesus. It was the most incredible thing that has ever happened to me. Jesus approached us very humbly and simply and told us to tell his brothers that he has risen and to go to Galilee where they will meet him, so we did it.
So, Jesus is actually risen! This is groundbreaking. Are we all saved by the grace of God?
If you trust in him, you will be saved.
God saves everyone. Today's events have left the world in shock. I think I'll need some time to comprehend all of this. Sending it back to you, Mr. Mose.
Wow, Tom, that's incredible. We have one more interview pertaining to the death and resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth. This interview comes from Thomas, one of Jesus' 12 disciples.
I'm here with Thomas, one of Jesus' 12 disciples, who's going to tell us about his experience with the resurrection of Jesus. So, Thomas, you are known as Doubting Thomas. Where'd you get that name from?
Well, when the other disciples came to me saying that they had seen Jesus and he had risen from the dead, I did not believe them. I told them, unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my fingers where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe.
I think most of us would have that same reaction. I mean, rising from the dead is impossible.
Yes, you would think so. But then about a week later, my doubts were proved wrong. I was among the other 12 disciples, and although our doors were locked, Jesus appeared to us. I saw him with my own eyes. I saw his hands and I saw his side. It was a miracle. Jesus told me, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed."
Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. Here it is, folks. Trust in Jesus. If you believe in him, you will be blessed. He is a true miracle, a gift from God. He is the Son of God.
Jesus has left the world in shock. Here's a word from one of our executive producers.
Thanks, Mr. Mose. Boy, a lot to unpack from the past few days here in Golgotha. I myself am having a hard time believing in such a reality-defying event in the resurrection. However, sources have made it clear Jesus of Nazareth is back like he never left. Despite the controversy, my final opinion is I am a firm believer in Jesus and his doings, and I'm excited to see for what he has planned next. That's Jeremiah's thoughts. We'll go back to Mr. Mose. Good night.
Trust in God, everyone, and have a blessed day. This is 07 News, signing off.